After seeing the Costa Amalfitana from above, I decided to drive from the bustling seaport of Salerno and into the small towns hugging the cliffs of the Latari mountain range.
We've driven this car now for about 800 kilometers or more. It grows into you. You feel like the car is a part of you when you're driving. It's nice when it grips the road.
The new Audi Q8 is the brand's flagship SUV. If you compare it to the Audi Q7, it is actually smaller but wider and features a sporty coupe style.
I enjoy looking at it when it's parked. It has the conservative lines of the typical Audi, but at the same time, it has a bit of an aggressive look, which makes me feel like I'm younger and makes me feel more confident when I'm driving.
Inside, it's the same refined, well-built Audi center console. It's also got a nice panoramic sunroof letting in the sun and the air.
Q8 is an SUV, but it feels like it's a grand tourer. It's very comfortable in the highway. It has the power if you need to accelerate.
The roads got narrower and narrower as we get to our first stop, the quaint little town of Vietri sul Mare. Coming from Naples, you'll probably miss Vietri as it's on the tail end of the Amalfi coast. But from Salerno, this colorful town is the gateway to this piece of Italian paradise. Compared to its bigger neighbors like Positano or Amalfi, Vietri does not rely too much on tourism. Over the centuries, it has been self-sufficient as a fishing town and for another humble trade.
The town of Vietri sul Mare is known for its ceramic tradition, which dates back to Roman times.
Handmade, fire-glazed, and brightly painted, these ceramic treasures found favor in the court of Naples in the 16th and 17th century. In fact, this small town made most of the Maiolica tiles you will see in the churches and homes all over the Amalfi coast. You will see the unmistakable Vietri sul Mare signature in their ceramics. Bold strokes and Mediterranean colors depicting sunny scenes. The pleasant seaside atmosphere is very inviting for a nice alfresco lunch.
Here in Vietri sul Mare, specialty seafood. I'm going to have spaghetti vongole and a mixture of fried seafood, calamare, shrimp, and some fish. Excellent fish. Shoreline is just behind this building. Nothing beats fresh seafood.
Lemons, known here as liquid gold, can be found in the whole stretch of this coast.
They have a special olive oil that has lemon. And it's great for freshly baked bread.
It's the perfect meal to jumpstart my exploration of the coast. After a filling lunch, I was back on the road. From Vietri sul Mare, I plan to drive up to Amalfi, passing more little towns along the way. There is only one road up and down the coast, the Strada Statale 163. Carved on the side of the coastal cliffs, it's like a long balcony with views of dreamy villages and the blue sea. It's a beautiful stretch of road, but it can also be very dangerous. With steep rocks on one side and a dramatic drop into the Mediterranean below, the road clings onto the cliffs, following the twisting shoreline. And as you can imagine, it can get very busy. Cars, scooters, and big tour buses fight for space in the narrow, zigzagging road and hairpin turns. An SUV may not be the typical choice for driving in these winding roads, but the Q8 is not your typical SUV either.
And when you need to accelerate, the V6 with electric assist really gets you going.
The Q8 has a 48-volt mild hybrid system, allowing it to cruise while on battery power for increased fuel economy. A lot of safety features were also put in place, like emergency braking, forward collision warnings, and blind spot indications. Very useful for these sharp curves.
Well, this Q8 is a real fun car to drive here in the zigzag roads of Amalfi. This is when you really appreciate the car on these twists and turns.
As we covered more distance, the views became more and more stunning. What could have been a white-knuckle drive turned out to be quite a pleasant one. Finally, we made it to our next stop, beautiful Amalfi. Up next, I take in the sea breeze as we sail across the waters of the Tyrrhenian Sea, marvel at magnificent natural formations, and explore the coast's most picturesque port towns.